Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Dak going to start out going to the air. And incomplete to open things up.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
A second down throw for Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Prescott. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Here's Prescott. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Okay, break.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. And that is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here's Griffin. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. in search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Warriors 17. Ready.
Out of the gun, Griffin. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bucs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Griffin on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Russell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Dolphins at 2-13 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels. Because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
3rd and 2, now Griffin. He finds his man complete. It's Russell. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Griffin, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Prescott's throw here taken in by Knox. On 2nd down, Dillon.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Prescott now.
They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete.
He's got room at the 30. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Let's go now.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Dolphins nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Get it. 19 tight. 19 tight.
On 1st down, Griffin. And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but...
And that's caught inside the 30.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Prescott. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Buccaneers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded right around the 8. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go. 19-18.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On play action, Prescott steps away. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. They'll run here with Dillon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Dillon again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Flushed out right. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Griffin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Now it's Griffin. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Griffin. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
Prescott to throw it. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Trying to lay one up deep.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Buccaneers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do it.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On fourth down, here's the option.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dak Prescott, 14 yards.
And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Griffin. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. From the shotgun, Griffin. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down.
Come 19! Come 19!
Griffin. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle from 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to at least get one score back.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First down, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A first down throw for Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 38 yards.
And the Bucs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one,
now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Head the street.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
70
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd down, Sears. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
no, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On second down now, Sears. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On first down, Sears. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll keep it on the ground. Sears. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there. And now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the ex-Dolphin, Mika Fitzpatrick. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
On the jump.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And they take a knee.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense.